So my name is Hannah, and I'm a product and service designer at Deloitte Digital. So my background is in graphic design, and through experience, I decided to pivot towards product and service as I felt that there was something missing in my life. And that missing puzzle piece in my life was speaking to those who I was designing for. Now, I absolutely love user research. Frankly, I can't quite get enough of it. It's my favorite part of the design process, as without it, what really is the purpose of what we do as a designer? So I've always approached user research in a very analog way. I've always recorded interviews where possible and preferred to comb through the hundreds of minutes of transcripts myself, ensuring that no quote goes undocumented and maintaining that human element necessary in my process. And now, of course, that automation has broken into the design industry with a bang. The way that we do things is changing. And it's really cool to see how these AI tools can enhance what we do as designers. And whatever you think of AI, it really is here to stay. Now, when I reflect on my own experience with automation, it used to just be losing on Wii Sports, those computer-controlled characters, and now it's something that I've really embraced within my own design process, whether that be learning how to code or using products like Figma Makes to discover different prototyping ways. But what automation can give us, which is really valuable, of course it can help us with synthesis and prototyping, but the most valuable thing that it can give us is time. And I'm sure there's a few people in this room here who might be a bit more reluctant to use AI in their work, and that's totally understandable. I mean, it's something that changes literally every single day, and it can be hard to know what to use and when to use it. But it's really how we use it that matters the most. It's about making it work for us in our process, ensuring that the craft shines through, and that we maintain that human element necessary to build the trust with our users. So recently, a friend of mine who gyms a lot, Rachel, she's here in the audience, she described AI to me as pre-workout. So the same way that pre-workout energizes gym goers, automation energizes the designer by giving us time. It's something that we can use to boost our performance while maintaining our presence throughout the design process. And with the time that automation gives us, we should be really investing that back into our craft, designing more prototypes, iterating more, running more A/B tests, whatever works, because at the end of the day, it's the effort and craft put into design that matters most. And craft is not something that just shows up at the visual end, of course. It's something that should be showing up at every single stage of the process, from research to execution, as craft is at its best when it shows how research insights are translating into clear, actionable design insights. Now, just to mention again, but I love user research, and I wanted to share a little bit about a project that I worked on, where it was the craft that we put into our user research that really built the trust with our users and got us the buy-in that we needed. So last year, I had the opportunity to work on a project where our core user demographic were farmers. Now, has anyone had experience with farmers? Woo, yeah, so they absolutely know their shit, and they will call you out if something is not authentic to the Irish context. So the goal of the project was basically to understand how they would react to a tool designed to help them combat climate change. Now, this is a very sensitive topic for the farming industries, understandably, so we needed to make sure that our insights came directly from the source. The real value wasn't going to come from pre-existing research, but it was going to come from those human-led conversations. So we tested and interviewed with over 180 farmers across Ireland, different counties, different sectors, and of course each have their own unique experiences with their each unique individual goals, pain points, and needs. And of course, it's not always possible to design a product tailored to every single individual user, but by designing with real user research, putting the craft into it, we could design with nuance and test a product that really resonated with their most important need, the need to be heard. Now, of course, automation still has a place in research. It has many benefits, especially when it comes to synthesis, as long as it is working in tandem with the craft, because it is the craft that builds the trust with our users. Now, when I was reflecting on the feedback that we received from the farmers, it was very positive, and it really just goes to show how when you put the craft into the user research, it really emphasizes the importance of maintaining that human connection necessary throughout the design process. So what's to say is there that AI is rapidly growing within the design industry, and we should be treating it as our co-designer, a helping hand that gives us the time and energy to focus on what matters most, staying connected with our user and making sure that we keep showing up. because at the end of the day, connection is what counts. AI is there to lift us when we need it, support our processes, and enhance our work, but we need to treat it like pre-workout, with consideration and thought, because just as the human body is the foundation of strength, our craft is the foundation of trust. Thank you.